Master Hung Yi-Xiang, master of fighting arts. He is famous for his knowledge of all Chinese systems, but in particular as a practitioner of one of the more difficult, Tai Chi. This park is in the center of Taipei, capital city of Taiwan. People have been here since about 3 o'clock in the morning. Three hours later, there are still people arriving and departing. All over the world, wherever there are Chinese communities, the same thing happens. They go to the park to exercise, sometimes alone, sometimes as part of a group. And then their gossip mingles with the dawn chorus. For the Chinese, it is important to exercise where there are trees. Devotees of Tai Chi find a place and return to it perhaps every day of their lives to practice these exercises, which are also fighting techniques. This was not filmed in slow motion. Chinese legends say that before the world came into existence, there was energy. This energy divided into opposites: heaven and earth, hard and soft, yang and yin. These opposites are constantly flowing towards each other. They call this energy qi. They think it is still moving invisibly through the world, permeating everything that exists. This group is moving in accordance with this knowledge. For them, the air under trees in the dawn is very good because it is full of qi. It mingles with the qi in their bodies. Master Hung goes to find qi under the trees on a riverbank. His wriggling fingers encourage qi to flow down his arm and across his body and into his other hand. He leads a small group of friends in exercises designed to promote a long and healthy life. Some of the exercises look much the same as we're used to, but the purpose is usually different. Here, he's deep breathing, exercising the lower abdomen, but also concentrating qi in the center of his body, into a spot 2 inches below his navel. Exercises like these were first written down by a Chinese doctor about 2,000 years ago, and they have been used and developed ever since. Sometimes they have a special purpose. At one hospital in mainland China, cancer is treated by exercises of this kind. There are no vigorous movements, nothing which obviously exercises the muscles, body or heart. The aim is to calmly prepare the body for the day ahead, and especially to balance the qi within it. At about 7 o'clock, this group has breakfast together. They have it beside the practice ground in a small Buddhist temple with a tea room attached. They drink many cups of tea and talk endlessly about the fighting arts. Master Hung is a person whose presence stimulates thinking. His own knowledge is profound. On ordinary subjects, he sits quietly allowing senior students to reply. But when the subject becomes complex, he joins in. On working days, they separate, but on other days, they often stay to practice fighting techniques. Master Hung lives in the old area of Taipei, a strongly traditional part of the city. Many people from all over the world have walked through the narrow streets to study with him. He doesn't accept every hopeful student who arrives, especially now that he has retired from full-time teaching. Danny Reed, a young American translator who works in Taipei, was determined enough to wait patiently in the traditional manner until the master would accept him. Danny is especially interested in the historical and philosophical background to the Chinese fighting arts. Like Howard Brewer, another American, he only speaks Mandarin, and Master Hung only speaks Taiwanese, so his second son translates. The subjects covered are difficult, especially the problem of understanding qi, or in Taiwanese, qi.
Oh, qi, oh. 人也是呢，咱也无学就识数，有这气这肺气的轮法。但是这气啊，唔是讲普通人学的，这是靠这修养身体，健全才有法度来修的。
现在这或者是。
这气嘛不能乱动，都气到二丹田，要总个爱二丹田才有做。你有哪人讲发手地啦，这气一切关键，卡都无力啦，你干那气了丹田，士气就相爽，啊人就就是毛利啊，那从啥个哩？
Until the idea of qi is accepted, it is impossible to understand much of Chinese thinking. It is of fundamental importance in their medical system and in fighting. The difficulty is to find ways of explaining it. The only real way is to do the exercises and to sense it in your body. Zhu Ming is a sculptor, well known in America. He uses the feeling of qi inside his body as a subject for his sculptures. He plans his work in polystyrene. Then he carves huge, rough wooden statues. Each statue freezes a position in the flowing exercise and gives the feeling of qi at that moment, the power that he feels inside his body. These ideas of the Chinese are very ancient. They are part of the Taoist philosophy of China, first written down by Lao Tzu in the 3rd century BC. The China that he lived in was developing two main philosophies. One was Confucianism, which is basically the worship of ancestors and the established order of things. Opposed to it is Taoism, which teaches the need to live in harmony with natural things. Many Taoist philosophers went to live in the mountains to meditate. They were, however, very practical as well. They were the inventors, the men who developed gunpowder and many other things. They also developed the theories which harmonized the body with nature, applying these theories to medicine and to fighting. It is from the mountains of China that the fighting arts come, and their movements are influenced by the philosophers. We in the West think of the body as a collection of bones, muscles, and nerves. The Chinese share this view and base their fighting techniques upon it, but they add to this other ideas. The concept of opposites, male and female, darkness and light, always flowing toward the other. They also develop techniques that channel the energy of qi into their fighting. Nothing would be taught that conflicted with this philosophy, because it would not be, as they say, in harmony, and would therefore be a weak technique. These slow-moving fighting systems are called soft or internal. This emphasizes the harmony of the body with the natural world. In Chinese thinking, if there is a soft fighting system, then its opposite must exist. The hard fighting system is usually called Kung Fu. The teaching pattern in Master Hung's school starts young students on Kung Fu before they move on to the soft arts. It's easier for children to start learning a very precise style with clear movements.
2、3、4，再见，再见，转腰踢呀，再见。
The children are always taught the purpose of the movements. They are not allowed to treat them as a dance. They are always a way of fighting.
回头，好，退回，闭起，闭嘴，而且。
The children learn to attack and defend themselves with punches, kicks, elbow strikes and various types of blocks. They also learn how to apply pressure to joints like the elbow and wrist.
2、